What do you happily pay a premium extra for? House cleaning. I gave my house cleaner a few raises that she didn't ask for, and I'm stoked I did, as she grew her business. She's terrific, absolutely mind-bogglingly fantastic, and word spread. At some point I found out that she fired some of her clients. I can only presume that the ones that got dropped either didn't value her properly or were jerks. So happy I did what I did. I've always considered hiring a house cleaner because I'm only home one weekend a month and my apartment seems to collect so much dust in that month. Unfortunately, me never being home doesn't make me so trusting when it comes to hiring a cleaner. When the airline offers an upgrade at a reasonable price for a first class seat on a long flight, I take it without hesitation. Alaska Airlines has a great upgraded seat that's just behind first class. Ridiculous leg room. I flew with a French horn under the seat and could still stretch out my legs. Plus drinks. I'm sitting in one now. Bonus no seat partner. 18 plus VIP movie theater. There's no words for having a beer while watching a movie without kids screeching in the background. Also, the seats are so much comfier. Also, the insufferable glow of phones throughout the film. I can usually get board games cheaper from Amazon, but I buy from my local game shop to support them. My local board game shop will special order a board game they don't have off of Amazon. Good quality tools. I'd be much more inclined to pay a lot more for something if it means it will last longer and won't break down after the first month. Applies to things other than tools too. Just paying for something of higher build quality in general. I like the theory of go ahead and buy a cheap tool once. If it breaks, buy high quality. Yes, on the stuff you're going to use frequently. It will cost you a bit more because you're buying two, the cheap one and the pricey one. But if you get a bunch of stuff that you never break rebuy because you only had to use it a handful of times, you're probably going to end up ahead in the long run. Please note, I'm not particularly handy, so I haven't bought all that many tools period. So maybe this wouldn't work for everyone. Literally would pay $30 a month for a service that lets me watch hockey live stream. That is, just like if I bought a ticket. Just keep the camera rolling on the rink the whole game. No commercials except maybe during intermissions. That is my dream. No random commercials during the game, so when it comes back I miss an awesome goal and have to watch the replay. I know it's very unrealistic, but that's what I want. I haven't been a good hockey fan in a few years, but you would never miss a goal on Canadian broadcasts. The only time there are commercials are at the specified commercial stops. The same ones that you get if you were at the rink. Self-storage. The cheap $1 move-in places always have issues with break-ins, no pest control, and leaks. Definitely worth an extra $20 per month to come back to your belongings in the same condition you left them. Storage is a lot like motels, hotels. There's a huge disparity between classes. You want to be at the place with individual door alarms, preventative monthly pest control, and resident managers. My GF and I put our stuff in one of those $1 first month storage places when we moved to Puerto Rico. The place was fine, but the advertising was balls. I don't remember exactly how it went, but something along the lines of it's $1 for the first month's rent, plus $50 sign up fee, plus $10 for a lock, plus a $50 deposit. It was dumb. Living on my own. I hate paying rent, but it's all worth it to come home and be able to simply take off my pants without having to worry about anyone else. Absolutely. Home is where you can crap with the door open. A good haircut from the same established barber. It's a bit more than cost cutters, but I have developed a friendship that will likely last a lifetime. His dad started the shop over 40 years ago and he and his brother have been cutting for close to 20. Great haircuts, even better people. Well worth a premium. Plus they get used to your hair, and after about the third cut you get the best haircut you could ever have every time. Went to a nice barber for my wedding. Never went back to anything else. Separate check. I'm flying a lot, so it's totally worth it. Saves so much trouble, and really has made the airport a much friendlier place to me. It makes me like Uncle Sam. Although I realize it's a privilege others maybe can't afford. But I am doing the others a favor too, since I carry 2 laptops, speeding up everyone's line. I also love separate check, but it does make me slightly bitter that you have to shell out just to get the same experience that was standard 17 years ago. More trusted sellers on eBay. If I can pay a few extra dollars to have it not come from China, then the peace of mind is worth it. Wasp poison. I bought some discount spray once. Frick that, it didn't kill the wasps on contact and gave them plenty of time to chase me after I sprayed them. I'll happily pay extra for raid now because at least that kills wasps instantly. I had a guy come out to my house for $60 when I had a wasp nest in our vinyl siding. He sprayed a powder and guaranteed no wasps for a year. Well worth it in my opinion. Also, many beekeepers will come and collect a bee's nest and all the bees for free. On a side note, I went to my friend's house once and he had like 4-ply toilet paper. I think his mom was a judge. I've always wanted to find that since then, but I don't seem to find more than 2-ply in the store, though some are softer than others. Any tips on where to buy the premium stuff? Grocery delivery. I pay $5 and a tip. Of course, order online and everything is brought to my door within 2 hours. I started doing it while recovering from a knee injury and haven't gone back. It's too dang convenient. Safeway delivers here and they have a no tipping policy. This sounds silly, but paper towels. Those tough Viva paper towels are fantastic. You can use them for a bit of scrubbing and they hold up. They cost a little extra, but it's worth it. Viva are too linty. Bounty is where it's at. Podcasts without commercials. I can't believe that stamps.com hasn't completely saturated the market yet. Is there anyone who could use this who hasn't already heard this ad? And it embarrasses me to hear people I respect, critics, writers, journalists, give 2-3 minute spiels, and sometimes quite a bit longer, about how using Blue Apron has changed their lives. This post is brought to you by audible.com. Good food. Sometimes I just want to go to a restaurant and eat something mouth-watering. Most of my spare income after savings is spent on nice food. Yes, I buy the fancy gourmet ketchup for my craft dinner. Nothing. I'm poor. Cries in best choice corn and ramen noodles. Good beer. Once you drink cheap beer, then you'll realize why paying a little extra for good beer is worth it. My cat's food. One has a medical issue, so the food is prescription. Worth it. Even before the medical issue, I bought expensive high quality cat food. In college, my buddy used to buy his dog food at the 99-cent store. Those dog farts would literally clear a room. I'm normally a complete frugal tightwad, but I have someone mow my lawn. I just hate doing it and there are bugs and branches and I'm scared of running over a rabbit. I'd rather sit in my air-conditioned office eating chips and browsing Reddit for an extra hour to pay for it. I looked at hiring somebody to mow my dad's lawn, but most people where he live want $600 to $1,000 a month for something they only have to mow twice a month. Same with snow removal. People where he live charge ridiculous amounts. Tickets. If I'm going to a concert, at a minimum I refuse to sit in the lawn, I want an actual seat. If I'm going to a musical or play, I'll shell out for good seats. If I'm going to a sporting event, I'll pay for decent seats. I don't see the point in going to something just to be there. I want to be close enough to justify the experience. Not saying I have to sit front row, but I really am not interested in sitting far back or in an obstructed view. I only do general admission or pit seats. I wanna see the beads of sweat on my favorite performers' faces. Things I know I'll be using every single day, for a significant amount of time. Shoes, a quality pair of headphones, a good screen on my desk, mattress and pillows. Things like that, I'll gladly spend money on to get quality. Netflix. 4/5 of my family are using my account. Before the upgrade to premium, it was a pain in the butt when both of my parents and my brother were watching, which meant I couldn't because of the 2 screens rule that came with a standard subscription. iCloud additional storage for $1 a month. Only 50 gigabytes, but I now have a secondary backup to all the stuff on my phone and it's kind of an immediate backup solution. If you go to Little Caesars and pay $1 more, $6, you can get a pizza with double the pepperoni and cheese. Orgasmic. I haven't tried their $6 one because since my dad and I both moved 1.5 years ago, I'm never near one anymore, and they're not that good that I'm gonna drive 15 minutes, one way, to get some. So they weren't offering advertising it last time I went, but their $8 deep dish is great. Like, it's not, oh this is pretty awesome for cheap pizza. No, it's freaking delicious and I would take it over a lot of local pizza places and almost every chain pizza. And it's super freaking filling. My fatty fat self can only eat 2 pieces without dying, so that's an easy 4 meals if I'm stretching it. Phone chargers that don't break after a month. I can't find any knockoffs or third parties that make quality chargers. Even if you get one that looks incredibly durable, you take it out of the packaging and realize that it's already not functional. The best nail clippers and the worst nail clippers are a $10 difference in price but a 2000% difference in functionality. I buy all my jeans from American Eagle because they offer free shipping, which they say can take 5 days, but I've never waited more than 3, and they sell them in long and extra long sizes. It's a real struggle to find jeans that fit lengthwise while also not squeezing my butt flat. They also sell the same cuts in a million different washes, so I can find a style I like and feed off of it for a while. Yes, the only jeans pants that fit my butt without gapping in the waist. I never have to go try anything on and they have every cut, wash, rise, etc. I'll gladly pay $2 to $3 more to fill up my gas tank at the station down the road that doesn't have the massive line of cars. My time is important to me. Restaurants that provide good service. Having your half full glass of water refilled before you know it's half empty is amazing. Also having everyone's meal come out at the same time and all perfectly hot is notable. I'd rather have one really good dinner out than 3 okay dinners. My answer, Netflix. They raised the price to $11 bucks and I happily pay that. People decry that the selection keeps getting smaller and smaller, but their original content is great. Turns on Stranger Things season 2. I'm not sure if it's a premium percent, but whenever I am in a park I don't worry about the money I spend. I'll buy a year pass that's good for 2 months or pay for extra nights camping. They've always been so good to me and I'm afraid they won't last until my kids can come see them. Can't believe nobody has said bras. Like shoes and mattresses. Good quality bras can save your posture back, and are things you wear every day that majorly affect your comfort. TiVo. It is just better than any cable TV DVR. I've had my TiVo die of old age, switch to a cable DVR and 3 months later purchase another TiVo. Right now I can record 6 channels at once, with 3 TB of storage. It has Netflix and Amazon apps, plus more. But it is the simple interface. It just works. Sling just bought them out and I fully expect TiVo and Sling led me to cable cutting. IMAX with reserved seating. With movie prices really high to begin with, I mostly try to get this experience as the common perks you can expect from these theaters these days. Huge screen, stadium seating, recliner seats, reserved seating, etc. is worth the premium. I'm late to the party, but for me it's national parks. It seems so weird, but I happily will pay the $25 or $30 entrance fee. They do good work and I love to support them. Every month during the warmer seasons I pay for a company to aggressively spray my yard for mosquitoes. Without that, I wouldn't be able to enjoy my outdoor space at all. Haircuts. I was once at the point where I'd get my hair cut at beauty school training classes for free, and it showed. Now I get it cut at a legit salon and it's definitely worth it to have someone who knows what they're doing cut your hair. It comes out much better. I pay for games and Microsoft Office. There's pirated copies floating around, but I guess I want to give proper credit to people who wrote the games and softwares. Yeah, if presentation means anything to you or your work, then Ms. Office is a must. You cannot trust what an open office document looks like to the person with Ms. Office. Really good running shoes. I went to a store that specialized only in running equipment and bought a pair of $150 New Balances. My last pair were about half that price, after a long consult with one of the guys who worked there about my running habits, the shape of my feet, and my running stride. It's made such a difference. They are so comfortable. My feet ankles feel a lot more stable. Important because I've sprained my ankle a few times, and they're holding up much better than my old shoes. I might try to save some money when it's time to replace them by just taking down the model number and buying an identical pair on Amazon. But I'm glad I spent the amount I did for this first go round, since I think the premium included the cost of the guy who helped me. Also, actually getting good vanilla beans paste and good quality chocolate makes such a difference in my baking. Sure, a bag of Hershey's chocolate chips and McCormick vanilla extract are fine and will absolutely get the job done, but the first time I made vanilla pastry cream with real beans and chocolate ganache with the fancy 70% cacao chocolate, it was like sitting in first class after sitting in coach all my life. Adult only anything. Flying, dining and the like. Too many terrible parents out there letting their hellspawn run wild, ruining things. Not having to fly through Heathrow. Out of all 6-7 European airports I had to fly through, Heathrow was the worst. Never again. Motor oil and other items that increase the lifetime of other more expensive items. Obviously within reason though. Don't go buying ridiculously expensive oil, but do make sure you get fully synthetic. First off, it improves the resale value of the car if you have records of using good oil. Also, it lasts longer between oil changes, so you actually save money and time. Good oil does not mean synthetic. A good coffee costs about $4.30 or at the cafe, but the drive-through coffee, which is just as good, but I can drive through with the trailer hitched on and not leave my car, costs $5.20 or I pay that convenience tax every morning. I've always been someone who spends more on cars. If I'm going to spend a lot of my life in a car, I want something enjoyable. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.